Hello and welcome to an update of the Goldilocks Experiment. I know it's been a while. This is what now, week 17. So let's take a look and see what these guys have done. Let's get some lighting here. A lot of castings. Well, this is mostly castings. You can see that pretty much the bedding is gone. The material is nice and moist. Definitely a lot wetter than I tend to keep the bins. It's easy for me to adjust my other bins because all I have to do is just put some dry bedding and everything's evened out. But here, since I have to measure everything to make sure that everybody gets equal amounts of everything, including bedding, it's not as easy. So this is where we fed, well, where I fed last time. Let's see how they did. Yeah, nothing left of the kitchen scraps. Voracious little guys. No wonder they're so spread out. Okay. We're not going to torture them, just going to go ahead and feed them, but this is definitely, without new bedding, it's really getting a little too damp for my liking. So these guys are going to get a nice 8-ounce feeding. This is zucchini. Here we go. I think this should last them for 2 weeks. I'm definitely not going to give them another feeding next week because the bedding is just getting way too moist. And I'm just going to cover this up. But these guys are looking great. I mean, there are a lot of babies here. They're reproducing. Just mark this as our feeding area. Yeah, they're reproducing and are happy here, not trying to get out or anything. So it's just a matter of now, I think, I should think about either harvesting or adding more bedding. So definitely don't want to let it get too wet. Babies. Yeah. Hitchhikers. Okay, so these guys are done. Let's go over to the mama bin. So here is our mama bin. And let's see how these guys did in here. Wow, this paper is so much drier than in the baby bin. And we even still have remnants of pieces of paper. And the material is much flakier. Wow, unbelievable. And there's absolutely no reason for that because they're all in exactly the same spot. But this is so flaky. Beautiful castings. That's a blue worm there. Little jackrabbit. So let's see how these guys did. This is where we fed. see if we have any food left over. No, no food for them either. How interesting. Well, it's a good thing I increased the size of the feeding. Looks like they're doing okay. So I'm going to lay down some of the leftover bedding here at the bottom, like I did before. And then we're gonna give these guys their 8 ounces. Now these ones are cut up in large chunks. And then a little bit of buffer. Spread them out a little bit. And then maybe I'll take a little bit more of the... It's easier when you have drier materials, but this is just amazing how different it feels. Okay, so we're gonna just mark this, and what a big difference. I'm speechless, which is not very good when you're doing a video, right? Okay, let's go over to the Papa bin. So here's our final bin, Papa bin, and oh boy, these guys, look at all the cocoons. Cocoons. This material is even wetter than the baby bin. And this one has the largest chunks of torn up paper and cardboard. I mean, the worms are loving it, just look at all of them. But this is like, it smells wonderful. There's no standing liquid, but it is definitely wet. Let's see how these guys did. The paper, of course, is looking very sorry. Yeah, I can see paper that I put at the bottom, but I don't see anything else. Just the paper. So they did finish the food as well. Wow. I mean, look how healthy these guys. Healthy and juicy. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to figure out by next week whether I'm going to add more bedding. I'm certainly not going to add more food, because I have got no paper to put at the bottom. This is definitely all composted, all the large pieces. So I am extremely surprised. I would have thought that the larger the pieces, the longer it would take the worms to compost it. I mean, that makes sense, right? But I guess nobody told the worms. So I got babies, ton of babies all over my gloves. I'm trying very hard not to take them out of that bin. So these guys are going to get a whole zucchini. So let me just puncture this. There we go. Now I can just cover it slightly with whatever material I have. I don't have any bedding left to cover it up with. It's gonna have to do. And then we're just going to mark it. This is where we fed. Wow, I am just like really, really surprised. So yeah, we might either start harvesting, or I might have to just add equal amounts of bedding into each bin. I'll decide. I have a week or so to decide. But this is just amazing. Very large pieces of paper and cardboard went in here. You can look at my first video of me setting up these bins. And this is what is left. I think I even added more paper to all of these bins midway through. Wow. So yeah, so these guys are doing great, and the wettest bin happens to be the ones with the largest chunks. Who would have thunk it? Thanks for joining me, and let's see what happens next time.